The Philadelphia Eagles were easily the most disappointing team in the NFL this year, because not only do they have an amazing roster, they had an even better team than the one that got them to the Super Bowl last year, adding players like Jalen Carter, Kevin Byard, Shaquille Leonard, and DeAndre Swift. So today, we are bringing back the Brandon the Simp Classic, the Extreme Rebuild, where we are going to have to trade every single player on this team with interest from another team. And we are going to start from scratch with this team. And maybe the most important part is we are getting rid of Nick Sirianni and bringing in the greatest coach of all time, Mikey McDingle. And we'll see if we can get them back to that Super Bowl caliber team they were just last year. But super quick, if you enjoyed today's video, be sure to drop a like. It helps me know that y'all want to see another one of these. So if we can get to 1,500 likes on this video, I will do another Extreme Rebuild. And y'all will have to let me know down below what team I should do if you want to see that. I can do a disappointing team. I can do whoever wins the Super Bowl. So again, 1,500 likes and let me know down below. And subscribe for more Madden rebuilds, because that's literally all I do. Thanks again for 30K, and subscribe if you haven't already, because we are getting close to 50K, trying to hit that in the next couple months. So if there's anyone you know that likes Madden rebuilds, just let them know about the channel if they don't already. But without further ado, let's get into the chaos. And I think we're gonna save the Jalen Hurts trade for last to build suspense, I guess. But we are gonna be getting 2 first-round picks for AJ Brown. This might be a little much, but AJ Brown went for a first-round pick before he absolutely blew up for the Eagles. Like, he was good on the Titans, but he's been another level for the Eagles, so we're gonna take 2 firsts. Maybe that's a lot, I don't know, but AJ Brown is one of the best receivers in the NFL. Oh yeah, and unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to Jason Kelce. I'll just move him to corner, sure. I don't think I'm gonna show every trade because this will take forever, but I'll at least show the important ones. Really? I feel like the Jets would do this in a heartbeat in real life, but all right. I have no idea what Jordan Mailata would go for in real life because we almost never see a great left tackle get traded. We're gonna take a first. That might not be enough, but that's what we're gonna do. Lane Johnson is still amazing, but I don't think he has many years left in the league, so we're only gonna take a second-round pick for him. We'll take a 4th for Darius Slay. We're sending him, repairing him with Jonathan Gannon. Oh, Jalen Carter apparently isn't worth that much. Not as much as he should be, at least. Also, there's no team with green interest in Jalen Carter? My brother in Christ. The Chargers have a 66 overall starting defensive tackle. Interesting. All right, well, we're at least getting a first for Jalen Carter. It should be more, though. We're taking a 3rd for Kevin Byard to create one of the best safety duos of all time in Jesse Bates and Kevin Byard, especially if this was prime Kevin Byard. But I'll make the rest of these trades, and we'll see what we want to do with Jalen Hurts. But we are going to be trading Jalen Hurts to the Steelers for 2 firsts and 2 seconds. I mean, look, Mason Rudolph has been decent lately, but I'm still a big Jalen Hurts believer. I feel like everything that happened this year isn't necessarily his fault. I feel like it was more of a coaching issue, and he was having to make up for a terrible defense. So we're going to trade him for 2 firsts and 2 seconds. I had to put in the 6th too because we had too many picks this year. But now pretty much everyone that should have trade interest is gone. There are a few younger guys here that I threw on the trade block, like Sidney Brown, Keely Ringo, Nakobe Dean. Hell, I'll even throw Marcus Mariota on the trade block just out of curiosity. And Kenny Gainwell too, I guess. He does have star dev. So we'll see if anyone wants those players, but I'm going to sign some free agents and refill out this depth chart, and we will see how bad the team is. Okay, well, here's a look at the team after I sign some free agents. It is something. We're going to go with Tanner McKee at QB. I kind of liked him as a prospect, so we'll see what happens, I guess. Very different from Jalen Hurts, but I think he's going to be scrambling a lot, which is... it's gonna be something. We're 69 overall, nice. Nobody was interested in Keely Ringo, Sidney Brown, all the guys that I said I threw on the trade block. Also, the Cardinals cut Zaven Collins for some reason, so I picked him up. But yeah, I just tried to make a younger team with, you know, developmental potential. So let's just get straight to the end of the season, and we will see if we can win any games. I don't know. Okay, well, at the end of the season, we finished 2-15. At least we won a couple games, but definitely definitely not great. Who did we beat? It looks like we beat the Commanders, which that's fair. And, oh, okay. Well, let's check out our season stats. I'm not gonna lie, I have already seen these because I already recorded this, but my mic did the funny, silly, goofy thing it likes to do and, you know, maxed out its sensitivity, so it just sounded awful. So that was cool. But Tanner McKee, 2,700 yards, 9 touchdowns, 17 picks, you know. Never great when you're throwing almost double as many interceptions as touchdowns. I can't necessarily blame him because of the team around him, but still. Kenneth Gainwell did better than I expected, 750 tackles, or 750 yards, 3.2 per carry. Not a great year, but I expected worse. Mitchell Tinsley was our leading receiver as a rookie with 665 yards, 6 touchdowns. The blocking was better than some like 80 plus overall offensive lines I've had, so that's cool. Nakobe Dean led the team with 151 tackles, which, spoiler alert, he was the leader in tackles and he got a star dev trait for it, or at least I'm assuming that's why he got a star dev trait. Yeah, it is. Okay. We had a lot of TFLs, but our leading sack getter was Zaven Collins with 2, so that's a problem. And then interceptions, we actually had a decent amount, 2 for Dantzler and Sidney Brown, and then 1 for a few players. So what, 8 total? Oh, and I can't check yearly awards anymore, damn it. But MVP went to Dak, because he got to beat up on us twice a year. Pause. He also won Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive went to Micah Parsons, that's who it was. Offensive Rookie went to Bijan. Defensive Rookie went to Byron Young. Let's go, I remembered. And yeah, of course, the Cowboys win the Super Bowl when we use the Eagles, because that's what always happens. They beat the Ravens 35-21, so they don't get smoked by the Packers in this world, apparently. Which, that could be a fun extreme rebuild idea. I mean, they're an amazing roster that just kind of seems to underperform sometimes, so if you want to see the Cowboys, let me know. But for re-signings, I actually have no idea who's going to be here. Oh, well, just all the free agents we signed, okay. Well, I'll re-sign Zaven Collins, even though he did terribly, if he wants to take this 5 years, 41 mil. Oh, just kidding, we have negative 100 and something mil in cap from trading everyone away. I tried to clear it just because that doesn't seem fun. I guess that's kind of cheating, but yeah, I cleared it. Yeah, it's 0, so I think we'll have money in free agency, but we can't re-sign anyone yet. So let's see if we can sign any good free agents, or if there are any good free agents at all. Okay, now we have money, 199 mil, and let's see what we can do. Ooh, okay, maybe not a great free agent class, although Chase Young is here. Interesting. He rarely hits the open market. I'm surprised he did. All right, well, let's see what we can do. But we are going for a pretty strong free agent class. These are the players I'm gonna go for. We're gonna go for Amari Cooper, Chase Young, Grover Stewart, Damian Harris, Grant Delpit, Gabe Davis, Frankie Louvu, Jeremy Chin, Zaven Collins, Bryce Hall, and Matt Hennessy. I don't know if we're gonna get all these players, that's the thing. You know, something interesting is I don't know how good Chase Young is in this game. I almost never see him up there for any awards. I'm trying to think, do I? I don't think so. I mean, he's a good player either way, so I'll still go for him, but we'll see. I don't even know if we'll get him because the Patriots are also interested. That wouldn't really make sense scheme-wise. I don't know. I don't know what kind of defense Jerron Mayo's gonna run, actually. We'll see. Anyways, let's see if we can get at least half of these players, hopefully, maybe more. We'll see. Okay, so it looks like some sign. We still have the lead for all these guys. We don't get either of the top 2. Amari Cooper does go to the Bears, and Chase Young goes back to the Commanders. Why? But we get Grover Stewart, Damian Harris, Grant Delpit, and Jeremy Chin. And like I said, we still have the lead for these 4 guys, so let's see if we can get them. It looks like we get Gabe Davis and Matt Hennessy. We'll take that. We don't have the lead for Frankie Louvu anymore. I do want him, though. Well, do I? I guess we don't need him. And now we might. We only have Nakobe Dean as a linebacker. This roster is thin. Wait, did we not get Bryce Hall? He went to the Steelers. That sucked, because he had superstar dev. I guess we'll re-sign Cam Dantzler because he did well. That's not Cam Dantzler. He's actually really cheap, though, so he isn't the best overall, but we'll still go for him. But Zaven Collins and Cam Dantzler, we'll sign these 2. Just kidding, we won't. We get Dantzler at least. Frankie Louvu, do you want to sign? I mean, these 2, Louvu and Collins would probably play the same role as us because they're both kind of half linebacker, half pass rusher. They'll almost play, I guess, wow, I'm struggling with names right now. The Hassan Reddick role is what I was trying to say, but that's not necessarily true even because Hassan Reddick doesn't really play much in coverage anymore, so whatever. Well, I'm just yapping at this point. Let's see if we can sign Frankie Louvu. Just kidding, we're out of simulations for the week. Cool. It looks like he did sign at the end of the week or whatever. So this was a pretty decent free agent class. Not as good as I wanted, but still pretty good. So now let's see what we can do in the draft. All right, well, despite our like 25 first round picks, we pick at number 1 because that's our pick, because we went 2 and 15 or whatever. But our next pick after that is only number 16. That's not great. But with the number 1 pick, I mean, I have only used Caleb Williams once in a rebuild, so this is going to be the second time. Let's go with Caleb Williams out of USC. We're throwing him into a big mess. I like Caleb Williams a lot, but if he goes to a like really terrible team, I don't think he would work out. If he goes to the Bears, that's cool. They have a pretty decent roster around him. I think they need to add another receiver, which they could do this offseason, but other than that, that team's pretty good. If he goes to the Commanders, I'm not sure. They have a decent roster on paper, but I guess it depends at, like who they get as their head coach. Kind of seems like a cursed organization, so I wouldn't be super confident in Caleb Williams working out there, but you never know. But we're going to throw him into the fire. We're going to hope we can build a good team around him. We'll see. Well, there goes a player I was going to go for. Damn, okay. Sometimes Malik Neighbors falls for some reason, but he doesn't here, unfortunately. Should we go with Kool-Aid McKinstry? I mean, we're just recreating the draft class we had for the Bears if we do that. Ooh, actually, I know what we're going to do. We have a lot of later first round picks. We'll definitely go with Kamari Lassiter later because he's a Georgia player. And we all know how this team feels about Georgia players. I think we're actually going to go with Keon Coleman, though. I like him a lot. Is he 6'4", 215? Okay, I'm stupid. I was not thinking of Keon Coleman. Never mind. I don't know who I was thinking of. We actually will just go with Kool-Aid McKinstry. We're going to have a lot of first round picks, so we'll just start here. I did give him a dev trait now. I don't know why the original creator didn't give him one, but we should have a pretty nice secondary. And here we're going to go with Jordan Morgan out of Arizona. I feel like I've taken him before too, but he's a player I do like. Actually, you know what? Let's just take a receiver here before many more go. Let's go with Keon Coleman. I like him. Should be a good fit. I guess he'll be our AJ Brown replacement. Sounds good. I don't know what his dev trait is. He does have hidden, thankfully. Now we'll go with Jordan Morgan out of Arizona. We're trying to build a good offense around Caleb Williams. I guess we'll go with Amarius Mims too. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he has a lot of potential, so let's take him. 91 strength, hidden dev, sounds good. And let's see, we need some pass rush. We'll go with Chris Braswell. I don't think I've changed his overall or anything, so whoa. He has some insane athletic ratings here. Only C finesse moves and D power moves. That's interesting, but we'll take him. He does have hidden. And let's go with Jonah Ellis too. Potentially our 2 pass rushers for the future. It depends on how they both play, because having a decent overall and actually playing well are 2 different things in this game, but we'll take him. Also hidden dev. We've only gotten hidden devs. Some of those I gave to players, but not all of them. And you know what? Let's go with Xavier Worthy. I don't think I've ever used him in a rebuild, so we'll see if he's good here. Another hidden dev, 95 speed, 96 excel. Sounds good. And I think this will be the last pick I show. Maybe even the last pick I take. We might trade down some of these picks to next year and see what kind of players we can get then. But what do I want to do with this last pick? You know what? We really need D-lines, so let's go with Byron Murphy here. Don't think I've ever used him in a rebuild either. We started off with a lot of players I have used before, but now we're going to try some new stuff. So welcome to the team, Byron Murphy. 96 strength. Damn. I don't know. I've never really watched Byron Murphy, so I have no idea if he's strong or not. I don't know. Or well, I've watched him watching Texas, but I haven't like paid full attention. I don't know. 96 strength sounds good though. Or I mean, I haven't paid full attention to him. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I might make 1 or 2 more picks, and I will see y'all for the draft recap. Okay, well, here is a recap of how we did in the draft. Caleb Williams is an 80 overall. He's pretty good. I mean, y'all see the overalls here. I'm not going to list off everybody. Who was the last player I showed? I think it was Byron Murphy, and I actually took more players than I expected to. I took almost the rest of the draft. I only traded a couple picks for next year picks. Like a 4th and a 5th I traded for, or it might have been 2 5th that I traded away, but that was like it. So we're gonna have a lot of real life rookies on this team, so it's gonna be interesting. I hope all these players have declared. I'm sure people will let me know in the comments if they didn't, but we can just pretend that we drafted them next year, even though we're not gonna be using real life draft classes for the next year, but just pretend, I guess. But here is a look at the team heading into year 2. It is honestly pretty great already. We have a 78 overall, 77 offense, 80 defense. Our team is just pretty much made up of, you know, the upcoming rookie class, like half of it at least. I want to play Amarius Mims. I feel bad just having him, you know, sit and rot here, but I don't know where we would play him. I guess at guard, but he's 6'7", so I don't know. Oh yeah, and did I show that Sidney Brown got superstar dev? I don't know if I did. What did he get that for? I don't even know. It doesn't really say. He had a lot of pass deflections. Maybe that was it. I don't know. We'll take it though. I wonder if there's a better scheme we can run. We're not a bad fit for either of these, but let's get to the midseason point and we will see how we're doing. Oh, okay. We have a breakout for Noah Ellis at the midseason. I highly doubt we'll hit it, but maybe that means he's doing well. I don't know. Or Jonah Ellis, not Noah Ellis. I'm stupid. But we are only 2-4 at the midseason point. I mean, that's about fair. We're not the best roster in the world yet. We're getting there though. Oh, we have the 32nd ranked offense. That's not ideal. Our defense is ranked number 6, but we have 2 total takeaways on the season, and yeah, that's not great. We're getting there. We're working on being good. Is there even much we'll be able to do here? For re-signings, it's probably just gonna be like random free agents I signed. Kenneth Gainwell, meh. Yeah, it's mostly just random free agents, pretty much. I don't think there were any starters there. So I'll see if we hit the breakout. If we do, I'll show it. If not, we'll just be at the end of the season, but hopefully we finish pretty strong. We'll see. If not, I wouldn't complain about a pretty high pick though. But in year 2, we finish at only 6-11, which isn't great, but our offense was actually pretty decent. 16th in points per game, the 15th ranked passing offense. We'll take that. Of course, Caleb Williams has superstar X factor, so that's pretty huge. You know, that's the benefit of getting the number 1 pick, being the worst team in the league last year. Didn't know Chris Braswell had superstar dev though, so that's pretty cool. But let's check out our stats on the season. Caleb Williams was actually pretty good as a rookie. 36, almost 3,700 yards, 26 touchdowns, only 8 picks, and a 70 completion percentage. He did a lot better than I expected. Damian Harris, 1,150 yards, 4.6 per carry, 8 touchdowns. We'll take that. Gabe Davis had 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. Keon Coleman, also 900 yards, 845 for Xavier Worthy as a rookie. Obviously, half this team is rookies. The blocking was much better than last year, especially from our guards, Matt Hennessy and Tyler Steen. And then Nakobe Dean led the team in tackles again with 132. We had a ton of tackles. 4 players got over 100. TFL's 19 for Braswell as a rookie and Jonah Ellis, 17 for Stewart, 14 for Dean, and 10 for Murphy. And then sacks, 6.5 for Braswell and Byron Murphy, 4 for Ellis, and interceptions, 3 for Nakobe Dean, and then 1 for quite a few players. What, 7, 6, totaling 9 interceptions? Nice. But of course, MVP goes to Dak Prescott again. Why wouldn't it? Caleb Williams at number 8 as a rookie. That's huge. And I don't see any rookies above him, so I think we know what that means, I hope. Offensive player of the year goes to another Cowboy, of course, CeeDee Lamb. Couldn't imagine who defensive... Oh, well, never mind. Okay, cool. Aaron Donald wins defensive player of the year. Nakobe Dean at number 9. Caleb Williams, of course, wins offensive rookie of the year. Xavier Worthy at number 3. Keon Coleman at 4. Jaheim Bell at 10. Did Jaheim Bell declare? Okay, he did. Cool. But Chop Robinson wins defensive rookie of the year for the Cardinals. Braswell at number 2. I thought for sure we would win that. I'm not gonna lie. Ellis at 3. I'm surprised Byron Murphy's all the way down at 5. Didn't he put up like really similar numbers to Braswell? I don't know. But hey, at least we win offensive rookie of the year. That's huge. I mean, Caleb Williams already has X factor, so it doesn't matter that much, but he should still get upgrades. But let's get into the offseason, and hopefully we can add some good free agents to this team, because right now, I mean, we have a very young team, but we're definitely lacking like superstar talent, which, you know, that's what'll happen when you trade your entire team away. So let's see what kind of free agents we can add. That's an interesting Super Bowl. The Dolphins put up 42 points on the Cowboys. They win 42-35. That's about right for the Cowboys if we're basing it off of what happened against the Packers. I'm sure the Seahawks will still hire Dan Quinn as the head coach, but we'll see. It's kind of rare to see, well, I guess it's not rare to see the Dolphins win a Super Bowl. They just kind of do well, and then the cap space gets to them and they just completely fall apart. So I don't think they'll be the same team next year. But let's see. Do we still not have anyone to re-sign? I don't know why anyone new would like show up, but did I change my mind on anyone? No. I mean, I would re-sign Jake Elliott, but he's not interested. I don't want to overpay for a kicker. So let's see what we can do with 118 mil in free agency. It's always so nice to have money in rebuilds. I hate doing the ones where it's just like, oh, guess what? We start the offseason with negative 20 mil in cap and have to restructure every single deal just to get back to neutral or like 5 mil. Ooh, there's some interesting free agents. All right, well, let me see what I can do. But this is gonna be our free agent class, at least hopefully. It's actually pretty good. Assuming we can get all these guys, we're gonna go for Nico Collins, DeMarcus Lawrence, Dre Greenlaw, David Njoku, and Chidobe Awuzie. Still no like superstars or anything. There are some really good players here. Tua's developed really nicely here. Joel Bitonio would be good, but honestly our line did well enough. Brandon Ayuk I just used in the last rebuild I did, which if you haven't seen the Raiders 10-year rebuild, it was a lot of fun. If you like ever need something to fall asleep to, by the way, my videos are definitely an option. I would say I'm not, you know, psychotic enough to keep you awake. Is that me trying to call myself boring? I don't know, maybe. But yeah, if you ever need something to fall asleep to, there are some longer videos on my channel for sure. But yeah, we just used Brandon Ayuk in the last one, plus he's not interested. I mean, we could get the lead for him. He would be joining, I guess, you know, a rival team, not a division rival, but the 49ers and Eagles definitely kind of have a rivalry. You know what? We'll do it. We'll try to make a nasty receiving core for Caleb Williams. Sounds good. So we'll go for all these players. Ooh. Okay, neither of the receivers sign. I don't think we're going to get Brandon Ayuk. It looks like he's going to go to the Titans. But we get DeMarcus Lawrence, Dre Greenlaw, and David Njoku. I think we got everyone. I don't think we missed out on anyone. So that's good. So those are 3 very nice additions. Yeah, I guess we can't get Brandon Ayuk. I mean, I'll still leave the offer, but if a player doesn't take a green offer and then they get another one, it's more than likely they're going to sign with that other team. But let's see if these 3 players want to sign. It looks like Brandon Ayuk goes to the Titans, yeah. Okay, yeah, I saw the Steelers logo. That was Joel Bitonio. But the Titans are going to be pairing Tua with Brandon Ayuk, so that's a scary offense. But does Nico Collins want to sign now? No. Why? Okay, well, we'll sim a week. I'm glad another team isn't interested yet, but apparently he just really doesn't want to join. I don't know, maybe he grew up a Cowboys fan or something. I mean, I would want to play with the, you know, reigning offensive rookie of the year. That's kind of a pause, but let's see if either of them sign now. Okay, we get Awuzie. That's cool. I'm shocked nobody else has tried to get Nico Collins yet. Okay, and it looks like he finally signs. Good lord. But now the team is looking really nice. Up to an 83 overall just 2 years after trading away our entire roster. Honestly, we're at the point where I don't know how much a rookie class is gonna help. So I might trade a pick for a player. At least one. Did I trade for any 2025 firsts? I think I did. Yeah, in the Jalen Hurts trade and the AJ Brown trade. I think that was it though. So we should have 3 firsts? We do. So I wonder if anyone would want this 27th overall pick for a player. Ooh, that's surprising. A first round pick is like barely halfway, maybe not even halfway for Jalen Johnson. That's interesting. That looks almost exactly halfway. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. So I guess it would be like 2 firsts for him or maybe like an early first. But yeah, I want a corner. The question is, can we get one? Well, I'm pretty sure Jalen Ramsey went for like a 3rd round pick in real life, so that's cool. Ah, yes, my favorite message in the game. This trade would put the other team over the salary cap if accept. This trade would save them 25.5 mil. They were already beyond over the cap space. This trade would make them almost under it. I love this game. I don't know how many times I can exclaim that I love this game. Should I trade back for Darius Slay? Would a 1st round pick even get accepted for him? I don't know. I'm not gonna do it because that's not worth. Who knows? Okay, well, we can't get a corner. Ooh, Joey Porter in a 3rd is being offered. That's interesting. Xavier McKinney a 3 and a 7. That's actually, I might do that. Yeah, we'll take that trade. Sounds good. I should use that more. I don't know why I never think to do that for extreme rebuilds even. I'm sure now that I'm remembering, I remember people have told me like a million times that I should use that. I just never remember when it comes down to it, I guess. I'll do it eventually, probably. But yeah, interdivision trading is questionable, but hey, it was offered to us, so that's tough. I wonder if we could get something ridiculous for like our top pick. I want to see what the offers are for that. Not that good. Almost worse than the offers for pick 27. I mean, not worse, but I don't know. Some of them were. But anyways, let's see what we can do in the draft. draft. Ooh, you know what? Actually, we're getting offered Brian Branch and then a 4 and a 7 next year for the 38th pick. I'm gonna take that. That's actually really good. So now our secondary is very, very deep and really good. We do have about 1 million like safeties at this point if you want to count Brian Branch and Jeremy Chin as safeties. I wonder if anyone's interested in Jeremy Chin. Not enough to give us a decent return for him. Okay, well now let's get to the draft. But here in the draft, our first pick is of course number 6, and there were some really good looking receivers. I hope they're still available, or at least one of them. They both probably, oh well, one of them is still available. I never checked his speed, but he looks insane. I mean, just look at those ratings. But what is his speed? 4.41, not bad. Great speed, great. This guy looks kind of nice. Elite jumping, great strength. Is receiver our biggest need? It might be. I mean, we don't really need a lot. Not that we have bad receivers at all, but yeah, like I said, we just don't have a ton of needs. We also do need a pass rusher. I mean, I guess we did just sign DeMarcus Lawrence, who's usually pretty insane in this game. None of these guys look great. Actually, Newton could be. Ooh, he's interesting. Okay, well, think about him. He doesn't have great injury. He does have good discipline, though. He might have normal. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about Kevin Lincoln. I don't know why. I just feel like he's gonna have normal dev, but he looked good. Tavarius Hatcher also looks really good. I mean, not as good. He could be close to as good. But yeah, we'll go with Kevin Lincoln. The only thing is he is 23 years old. That's, you know, he's not going to develop super quick, but he's a Georgia player. Not a Georgia defensive player, but still a Georgia player nonetheless. So let's take him. Hidden dev, 93 speed, 95 jumping, 93 excel. He looks really good. There are some crazy looking quarterbacks here. I mean, we obviously don't need one, but I don't know. There must be something about all these guys. Ooh, I don't know. Ian Bryan looks insane. Elite throw power, really good speed. I don't see a negative about him, but for some reason he isn't getting taken. Ooh, Larry Lampman, which is a hell of a name. He looks really good. Not supposed to go for a couple rounds, but still. George Tiller looks pretty good. His finesse probably isn't great, but he is really strong at least. I kind of don't know like who to take here. I guess we'll take a chance on Marquise Newton. We'll see if he's any good. I mean, everything about him looks good. I guess he doesn't have good pursuit, which a lot of the time seems like a sign of a not so great D lineman. I don't know. We'll see. We'll take him. Fuck. Okay. Normal dev. I had to try it. I mean, that was almost a throwaway pick. We definitely could have done something with it, but we're pretty good at this point. Ooh, and let's go with Darren Henry, relative of Derrick Henry, maybe? I don't know. I mean, similar first name. Doesn't look like him in the slightest, but I guess you never know. Looks like he could be his dad or something, or uncle. More than a 21-year-old, but it is what it is. Again, not the best pursuit, but everything else looks good. He has A power moves, really good combine, so let's take him. He does have hidden, thankfully. Really good strength, really athletic overall, so we'll take it. But I'll make a couple more picks, and we will see how we did. I don't feel super great about this draft, but I think our first pick was really good. But here's how we did in the draft, and honestly, this went better than I expected. So the first pick, Kevin Lincoln, is a 78 overall. Really good speed, 85 spec catch, 85 catch in traffic, really good route runner too. More of a deep threat, but good at everything. He's super well balanced, so he's pretty good. Marquise Newton is only a 75. I wish he had a dev trait. Wearing number 69, nice. I mean, he's a really good athlete, just kind of raw, which is, you know, the type of player that should have a dev trait, but he doesn't. But it is what it is. Darren Henry's only a 73. He's decent. George Tiller's fine. And Tavarius Hatcher actually ended up falling, and he's a 78 overall with hidden dev. I mean, he is just as good as Kevin Lincoln. And Hatcher's actually a scheme fit and a year younger. I don't know which one of them would have a better dev trait, but both look really good. This tight end looks really good. Hidden dev, 74 overall. I mean, just all the way down the board, we got good players. I think the last pick I took was Brandon Richards. Did he have a dev trait? He did. And then the CPU did some things, but obviously we added a ton of players here. No one had an 80 overall, which is a little disappointing, but that's the receiver I was hoping would fall to us. Ray Enriquez, 98 speed, 98 excel, 99 jumping at 6'3", 228. Probably the best receiver prospect of all time. And of course, X Factor. That would have been cool, but a little bit out of our reach at number 2. There were a lot of good safeties in this class too. Interesting. But let's get into year 3 and we will see how the team is looking. Okay, well, we're actually looking really nice. Somehow we're only an 81 now. now. I guess we maybe lost morale or something. But I don't know. We added another huge good class of rookies. So hopefully it's not all just star devs. I guess we'll see. I thought Samuels had normal dev. I don't know why. Apparently not, though. He's actually a good fullback. That's interesting. But we only have an 81 overall offense. I guess our O-line holds us back a little bit. But our defense is an 83. Looking good. I'm a little worried about our pass rush. I think DeMarcus Lawrence will do well. But if he doesn't, then that could be a problem. We'll see. Oh, yeah. We also drafted this guy. I never pointed him out. He's only 5'11", 258. Or that's a 6. I can't look at the screen and speak into my mic at the same time. There's a whole reason why, which I don't feel like explaining, but he could have superstar dev. A lot of the time, weird players like him do have a good dev trait. Now that I say that, he's gonna have star or somehow have normal, even though he has hidden, just because I said that. But yeah, we're definitely looking solid with a ton of room to grow throughout the season. So let's get to the midseason point, and hopefully we are doing better than last year. We'll see. Okay, well, we are actually 5-2 at the midseason. Kind of surprising, because this isn't like the craziest roster in the world. I mean, it has a lot of upside, like I said, but it isn't there yet. Something weird is we have the 19th scoring offense, but we're ranked 9 overall, and we're number 4 for points allowed per game, but our defense is ranked number 27. So I guess we allow a lot of yards. We allow the least amount of touchdowns. We have 9 total sacks through 7 games, and somehow that's only 22nd. I mean, only as in, I'm shocked that's not dead last by a mile. Is there a team with like 0 sacks so far? Like, it wouldn't surprise me. Oh, the Patriots have 4. Okay. They have as many interceptions as sacks. That's cool. That's realistic. So weird year so far. We could finish terrible. We could finish amazing. My guess is usually the yardage tells you how the season's gonna finish. So we're probably gonna have a good offense, but a bad defense. But I guess you never know. We have some re-signings to do though. Nakobe Dean, I want back. He's not interested, but 5 years, 49.5 mil, and he doesn't take it. I mean, if we don't get him back, that's not the end of the world. Honestly, for now, we're not going to re-sign anyone. We'll just see who's available in free agency, because we can always upgrade, assuming there are decent players in free agency. But let's get to the end of the season, and we will see how we can finish. Okay, well, if you've seen one of these videos before, y'all know why we're here. So before I reveal how we did in year number 3, I always forget the season, I don't know why. But before I reveal how we did, if you haven't already, be sure to drop a like on the video. It helps me know that y'all enjoy them and to do more like this. And again, if we hit 1,500 likes, I'll do another extreme rebuild. And actually, I don't plug this enough, I don't think. I do sometimes, but rarely. Be sure to turn on notifications for the channel, because it'll help you get notified whenever I upload. My upload schedule's a little weird in the winter. Sometimes I just don't upload at all for a day. Sometimes it's at like 6 p.m. Eastern or Pacific. Sometimes it's at like 2 Pacific. So turn on notifications to, make sure that you catch these videos if you want to. But anyways, here's a look at the team at the end of year number 3. We're looking good. Somehow, with all the hidden devs we had, we have managed to get 0 above star dev, which I kind of figured would happen. Somehow, both of our 78 overall receivers only had star dev, which is probably the most shocking part. I thought there was a chance both could have X Factor, but they both had stars, so that's cool. But in year number 3, we finished 10-7, and we made the playoffs. And as I kind of suspected, our offense got a little better overall, and our defense got a little worse. Is that what I predicted? Or was it the other way around? No, I think that's what I predicted. Wait, no, maybe our offense got... I already can't remember. I'm stupid. Whatever. Something got worse, something got better. Let's check out the season stats. Caleb Williams was very good. Almost 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 5 picks. Great completion percentage, too. Good amount of rushing yards from him, too. 600 yards, 5 touchdowns. Damian Harris, 1,000 yards, only 4 yards per carry, which is fine. 8 touchdowns. Nico Collins and Kevin Lincoln both had 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns for Collins, only 3 for Lincoln. Could be up there for Rookie of the Year. I mean, he'll be up there, but I don't think he'll win it. I guess he could, but we'll see. David Njoku, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. He did really well. The blocking was really good. Mims wasn't great, but the rest of the line definitely was. Patrick Paul at left tackle was amazing. And Nakobe Dean led the team in tackles with 133. 3 players got over 100 tackles. We had a lot of TFLs, led by 14 from Grover Stewart, and sacks. 7 from DeMarcus Lawrence, 6.5 from Paul Kellum as a rookie, 5 for Chris Braswell, well. We definitely should have started him, apparently, because he got 5 sacks in 355 snaps. Jonah Ellis got 0 in 765 snaps. Interesting. Very interesting. Interceptions, 4 from Dre Greenlaw, 3 for Grant Delpit, 2 for Brian Branch and Chidobe Awuzie, and then 1 for McKinney and Bell. But MVP goes to Lamar Jackson, Caleb Williams at number 5, which, you know, I don't exactly think the Eagles would be a landing spot for him, but in this world it is. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bijan Robinson, Caleb Williams at 4. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Aaron Donald, Dre Greenlaw at 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Kevin Lincoln. We'll take that. Hatcher at 3. I'm surprised he wasn't that good. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Keishun Stokes. Is there anyone even in the league named Keishun? I don't know how to pronounce it with a U. I don't know. Paul Kellum at number 6. Really? Okay, I gotta see what Stokes did then, because for our guy to be all the way down at number 6, that's kind of crazy. 145 tackles, 9 for loss, 2 picks. I mean, yeah, that's good. That's a lot of tackles, but, you know, tackles are like the most overrated stat. It looks like Hassan Reddick didn't do super well. Maybe the Cardinals are trying to play him as an off-ball linebacker again. God knows what reason. But in the division, or in the wild card, we are going to be taking on our division rival, the Washington Commanders. We just so happen to have the exact same overall team. 84 offense, 85 defense, 84 overall. But we have a first of many scenario, and we are going to play it cool. Y'all know me. I think we're going to change our defensive playbook, unfortunately, because our defense is kind of ass, especially our pass D. It probably has something to do with the 24 sacks we got on the season. That's not exactly great. I mean, shit, maybe we should go with the Commanders' defense. They were number 4 in the league. They didn't get many takeaways, but they had a good amount of sacks. Who do they even have as a pass rusher at this point? They have Cam Sample, and oh yeah, they got Chase Young back. They also still have Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne, so I guess that makes sense, but I don't know. But let's simulate this game out against the Commanders and probably lose, unfortunately. Okay, just kidding. We double their score on them. We beat them 28-14. We'll take that. We have a recap for the first of many. Give us those sweet, juicy staff points, please and thank you. And we are going to be taking on the 11-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers now in the divisional round. They have an 85 overall team, so I won't be too disappointed if they beat us. They deserve to. They have the better team. They're at home. I'm surprised they went 11-6, though. They had the 17th ranked offense and the 23rd ranked defense. I mean, I know that's just yards. I think that's what the rankings are. Just their yardage total, But let's simulate this game and we'll see what happens. Okay, we do lose 20-17. That's fair. They had the better team. They were at home. That's fine. So let's get into this off season and we'll really try to go crazy in free agency if we can, assuming there are good players. And we'll have to see if we get any dev ups too. I think we should get Superstar for Lincoln. I'm hoping. I'm trying to think who else could get a dev trait. Maybe Dre Greenlaw. He did pretty well. But in the Super Bowl, the Bucks do make it and they lose to the Ravens 24-21. Have we seen the Ravens in the Super Bowl every year? I think we have. I don't know. It's hard to remember. I recorded the other 2 years last night as of the time of recording this, whatever. But Lincoln does get Superstar Dev. That's pretty huge. Only 1 upgrade, but I guess that's better than nothing. So he's looking decent. Is already 24, but it is what it is. And okay, Dre Greenlaw did get Superstar Dev. Brian Branch also got Superstar. Grant Delpit also got Superstar. Oh, he got 3 picks. Okay, yeah, he was pretty good. Not that many pass deflections, but players don't usually get many pass deflections in this game. But let's see if we want to re-sign anyone here, or if we're just fine letting everyone go. I mean, yeah, I think we are just fine letting everyone go. Grover Stewart, we could re-sign if he's the best defensive tackle available, but Nakobe Dean just isn't interested, and then the rest are just backups. We'll find a kicker and punter. Does Harrison Butker want to re-sign? Okay, cool, sure. But this looks like a decent free agent class. It doesn't look like anything crazy though, but it looks good. We'll see what we can do. Okay, well, we're actually gonna go pretty crazy in free agency. Maybe I don't want Drake London. I think that's the only thing I'll change, because there are bigger upgrades we could make. All right, well, final grouping of players, and once we sign these guys, we could even restructure some deals and have even more money, but we're gonna go for Ronnie Stanley, Charvarius Ward, Joe Tooney, Quincy Williams, Grady Jarrett, and Leonard Leonard Williams. So a lot of defensive guys, 2 linemen. Drake London would be nice too, but he's kind of expensive here and he isn't that much of an upgrade. He is an upgrade, but not massively. But yeah, we'll see if we can get these guys. I'm confident we can get most of them. Hopefully I don't regret saying that. I almost stopped saying it, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's see if they want to sign. Okay, everybody signs except Charvarius Ward. Wasn't there another yellow offer? Did the Cardinals lower their offer? I don't know. We get Ronnie Stanley, Joe Tooney, Quincy Williams, Grady Jarrett, and Leonard Williams. We got literally everybody. I also wanted Deron Bland. We just couldn't really compete with the Seahawks offer. But let me restructure some deals and we should be able to get even more players here. Okay, well, the last 2 free agents we are going to go for this rebuild are Charvarius Ward and Khalil Mack. 2 more great defensive players. I feel boring for going with Khalil Mack because I get him so much, but he is like way too good in this game. He's genuinely, especially in terms of like the price you can get him for, because he isn't that good of an overall by this point in rebuilds. Like, he is one of the best players you can get in rebuilds in simulation. So we will go for these 2. It looks like we do get both. So this team is pretty nasty. And honestly, I don't know what we can do in the draft necessarily. We'll see. I might trade one of the picks if we have the money. I guess that's the big question though. Do we have enough money to trade for somebody? But this is an interesting trade. We are going to be giving Gabe Davis and Jordan Morgan along with our 1st round pick and a 5th round pick for Garrett Wilson. We need a receiver. I mean, it's not the biggest need in the world, but we don't have anyone that's like a 90 at receiver, and Garrett Wilson should hit a 90 plus pretty early on in the season. So we upgrade at receiver, and I mean, this team is looking pretty nice. So let's get to the draft. But in the final draft of the rebuild, we pick at number, what is that, 57? I don't know, something like that. Math is hard. I have no idea what we're gonna do though. I mean, I was thinking we could use another tackle. I mean, our tackle play has been good, but we don't have the highest overall guys there, which, you know, maybe that's not a good strategy because overall doesn't matter in this game, but it is something we could do, I guess. Ooh, Andrew Young. Ooh, 40 bench reps at the combine, elite strength, and elite change of direction. That's interesting. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with him. I don't know where we would play him, but we'll find somewhere. Ooh, Marco Castro. Ooh, okay, we might go with him later too. Again, I don't know where we'll play him, but if we can find someone good, we might as well take someone good. This O-line class is insane looking. Like every single one of these linemen look crazy. All right, we'll go with Andrew Young though, out of USF. Sounds good. Hidden dev, 93 strength. I feel like he's gonna be a disappointing overall. I don't know why. Like, maybe his finesse isn't that good, but I mean, it should be. He had an amazing change of direction, which I guess that isn't like a one-to-one comparison on how good of a finesse blocker a lineman is, but it almost is. Oh my god, there goes Marco Castro, 1 pick before us. That's fun. I don't really know what we need anymore, so I might just simulate the rest of this draft out, but Nigel Ballard looks insane. A-man, A-press, B-zone, ran a 4.39 at the combine, 4.34 at his pro day, has elite speed, elite jumping. Sounds good. Hidden dev, 95 speed. Cool. But I'll sim the rest of this draft and we will see what we can do, or what the CPU can do. We'll see what we got. Okay, yeah, I was right. The top 2 picks are a little disappointing. Andrew Young must have terrible finesse. Okay, yeah, 64 unblock finesse, 60. Okay, yeah, that's about right. Other than that, he looks good. Honestly, his straight up run blocking and pass blocking aren't even that good. I said they were like a B. I mean, I thought it would be better than a 73 and a 74. He's still, I mean, that's still really good value for the end of the second. Nigel Ballard's a little disappointing too. I thought he would be almost an 80. He's a 77, which is good, but eh. And then the CPU did all right up until 4th round, or up until Tucker Howell. Then it kind of fell off a cliff, but overall, all right draft. Pretty good. But here's a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. We're surprisingly only an 84 overall. This team feels better than an 84, to me at least. We have an 85 offense. We really don't have any problems on this offense. Now, I'm sure problems will arise throughout the season, no matter how good your team is. They always do. I guess this isn't the best team ever. I've definitely built a lot better with extreme rebuilds. I don't know, this team just feels better than its overall. I guess guess we don't have anyone at a 90 or higher on defense, but it is a very, very well-balanced defense. So I like how it's looking. Will we perform is the question. Oh yeah, I also switched to the Commanders defensive playbook, which maybe they were just good by pure luck, which hopefully not. Hopefully we can be good too, but our defense wasn't that good anyways last year, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. So let's get to the end of year 4, and we'll just see what happens. Okay, well, definitely not a bad ending to this rebuild as we finish 15-2 with only an 86 overall team. I mean, this is not even close to the best team I've ever built. I guess it's close to the best team in the league, though. Like, the 49ers have an 87. A lot of teams have an 86. Cowboys have an 87. Even the Colts do. The Chiefs have an 89. Like, we are not the best team in the league, but we did really well, so we'll take it. Caleb Williams, though, finally has an insane season. 4,000 yards, 39 passing touchdowns, only 7 picks. Very good completion percentage. Damian Harris, 1,350 yards, 4.4 per carry, 16 touchdowns. He's another, like, pretty good budget player in this game, honestly. At least in my custom rosters, he does pretty well. And Nico Collins was surprisingly our leading receiver, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Garrett Wilson, only 6 yards away from 1,000, but 11 touchdowns. Kevin Lincoln, even 900 yards. Even David Njoku had over 800, really spread out receiving numbers. Blocking. Okay, that might be the best offensive line season I've ever had. We only allowed 16 sacks on the year. That's less than 1 per game. That's insane. But Dre Greenlaw led the team in tackles with 199 for Quincy Williams. TFLs, 16 for Grady Jarrett led the team. And sacks, 10 for Grady Jarrett and Khalil Mack, 9 from DeMarcus Lawrence, 7 from Leonard Williams. Really good amount there. Nobody with like an insane number, but 4 good numbers. And then interceptions, 4 for Charvarius Ward, 2 for Brian Branch and Xavier McKinney, and 1 for Dre Greenlaw. But Patrick Mahomes wins MVP, Caleb Williams at number 3. Oh, I didn't even mean to go to Coach of the Year, but Mikey McDingle wins it. That's huge. Offensive Player of the Year goes to CeeDee Lamb, Caleb Williams at 4, Damian Harris at 9. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Micah Parsons again. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Ken Coleman for the Commanders, of course a division rival. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Darren Irving for the Saints. So no award wins other than Coach of the Year, but we still did well, obviously. Well, I guess we won Best QB, which, wait, who won Offensive Player of the Year? Oh, it was, okay, non-QBs. Damian Harris at 3 for Best Running Back. Joe Tooney wins Best O-Lineman. Charvarius Ward wins Best DB. That's cool. But we have some upgrades here before we see who we're going to be taking on in the divisional. Couple starters, we'll take that. But let's see who we're going to be playing. My guess is the Cowboys. We'll see. Oh, I'm cheating, man. I'm forcing wins out here. No, it does seem like you usually play a division rival in the playoffs, especially for the first game. Is that how it's set up in real life so that happens? Potentially. I don't know. But we have a playoff rival scenario. We will go chess match, I guess. I don't know. It's +5 for both teams. Also, I'm stupid. I realized I could just lower my chair. I had it raised up, so now I don't have to bend down to the mic as much, and it doesn't hurt my neck, and I can actually see the screen now. I'm stupid. But we have an upgrade for Frankie Louvu. We'll take that. But without further ado, I mean, the Cowboys have a better team. I can't be too disappointed if we lose this game. We are at home, but again, they do have the better roster. Either way, this was a really fun rebuild. We built a pretty good team considering we had to trade literally everybody away. Oh, also, I was right. Thurman did have Superstar Dev. That's kind of cool. I mean, doesn't really matter at this point, but it's cool. But anyways, let's simulate this game against the Cowboys, and we'll see what happens. And yeah, that's about right. We lose 31-28. It was a close game at least, but that's fair. They had the better roster. We had a much better record, but they had the better roster, so it is what it is. But either way, I would consider this one a success considering the challenge that we had to do and the team we built. And expect the next video to be a very fun one. It's going to be a rehash, I guess, of a video I did earlier in the year, but the players on the team, it's going to be similar players, probably all the same ones, but they're much better now. So expect that out tomorrow. I'm going to start that in a second here. But thank you all so much for watching. And with that, I will see y'all again in the next video. Oh yeah, be sure to like the video. 1,500 likes and I'll do another one of these with a different team. But goodbye.